Hello everyone. In this video, we will explain you London transportation capping and some tips about it. Let's start. London transport capping refers to the fare caps. They limit the amount people using Oyster and contactless cards pay for journeys they make in a single day or week, in zones 1 to 9. The fare is capped, so the travellers can travel as much as they like in one day or week without paying more. We placed the price calculation page link in the description section, so you can compare caps and Travelcard prices for your travel. If you make several rail journeys or a mixture of rail, bus and tram journeys in one day, daily capping is better value than buying a day travel card in zones 1 to 9. A weekly cap limits how much you pay for all your journeys in a fixed Monday to Sunday period, and it works using adult rate pay as you go on contactless card or Oyster Card. If you do a single week of travel starting later in the week, for example from Thursday to Wednesday, there are not enough days up to Sunday to reach a weekly cap, so you may find it better value to buy a 7-day travel card. There are different caps for the times of day you travel, depending on peak and off-peak situation, the transport you use. A daily cap is calculated over 24 hours for pay-as-you-go journeys that start at 4:30 a.m. and end on 04:29 a.m. the next day. The cap prices vary depending on the transport used and the time of the day. To ensure that capping applies, you must touch in and out for your journey where touching out applies, regardless of if you have already reached the minimum journey threshold for that day or week. If your total fares have reached more than the cap for the span of zones your travel covered during one day of travel, system automatically subtract the difference. System checks weekly caps around the end of each week, taking into account the innermost and outermost zones over the week as a whole, so your total fares for the week could be automatically reduced. As with daily capping, this could occur on, for example, the Friday or Saturday. In the case of an Oyster Card, if various combinations of caps and individual fares were possible, a further retrospective reduction may be calculated so you get best value for the past week. This type of reduction can be picked up as a refund when you next touch. To check if you have reached the daily cap on London transport, you can do the following. 1. Check your journey history on the TfL website or app. This will show you how much you have been charged for each journey and whether you have reached the daily cap. 2. Check the daily cap prices for the transport you have used. The daily cap varies depending on the transport used and the time of day, so it's important to know the cap for the specific transport you have used. 3. Touch in and out for each journey. To ensure that capping applies, if you don't touch in and out, you may be charged more than the daily cap. What is the maximum amount can be charged with? If you exceed daily cap, the maximum amount you can be charged if you exceed the daily cap on London transport depends on the transport you use and the time of day. If you exceed the maximum journey time for your journey, you could be charged to maximum fares, which is up to £9.40 in zones 1 to 9 and up to £26 beyond zone 9, including on the Heathrow Express. However, once you reach the daily cap, you won't be charged for any further journeys that day. What is the difference between the daily cap and the off-peak cap? The daily cap and the off-peak cap are both fare caps that limit the amount people using Oyster and contactless card payment for the journeys they make in a single day or week. The main difference between the two is that the off-peak cap applies only during off-peak hours, while the daily cap applies all day. The off-peak cap is lower than the daily cap and is designed to encourage people to travel during quieter times. The daily cap is calculated over 24 hours for pay as you go journeys that start at 4:30 and end on 4:29 the next day. The off-peak cap applies to journeys made outside peak hours, which are typically before 6:30 and between 9:30 and 16 o'clock, and after 19 o'clock on weekdays, and all day on weekends and public holidays. It's important to note that the daily and off-peak caps vary depending on the transport used and the time of day. At the end of this video, I would like to remind you that if you have questions about transport capping, leave your comment on our video. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe our channel to support us.